Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Indy and Undoctor podcast. Take note of the separate introduction once again. It's been a little bit different. Karan's doing traffic signs right now, trying to be a cool guy. When in reality, he just looks like somebody being caught out of the 80s at a disco rave, which is not cool. You're just throwing mad shapes. Please don't. You really are acting your age right now, which is not cool. Don't do it. Stop it, Karan. Anyway, what's been going on? How you been?
Good, man. I'm good. How are you? It seems like ages since the podcast.
We say this all the time, but it's not. It's been like 2 weeks. But for me and you, it's ages. Bro, when I move to London, it's going to be difficult. You know, you're going to be like, it's been ages. But that'll actually be when I see you. Right? Different.
That's true.
Levels.
That's true. But, yeah, genuinely, because obviously we had a podcast last week. We have podcasts every week. So, I don't know why just today. Maybe it's because we haven't spoken as much in the week. It's been really busy.
You know what? Yeah, it's true. We actually haven't. We've both been proper busy over the last week or so.
Tell you what I'm excited about. So I was at the cinema yesterday. I watched Hitman's Bodyguard. Would recommend. Really, really fun.
Hitman's Bodyguard.
So you got Ryan Reynolds, Salma Hayek, I think her name is, and what's me thinking Majiggy from Avengers, Fury, Samuel Jackson.
How can you forget Samuel Jackson's name?
Yeah,
and led with that.
And the guy from Shawshank Redemption, Morgan Freeman.
Okay.
Stellar cast. Yeah,
you know what I've just noticed right there. You don't know black people's names, but you know white people's names off the bat. Yeah, that's alarming, considering there's so few black people in Hollywood.
Listen, Denzel Washington.
The two most noticeable and memorable
Denzel
actors.
Washington, okay? There you go.
No, man. Samuel Jackson.
Morgan Freeman's name.
Samuel Jackson and Morgan Freeman are two of the most memorable actors in Hollywood.
Absolutely.
You will not get them mixed up, no matter what you do. Okay.
I agree.
I get all the Ryans mixed up. Ryan Reynolds. What's the other one?
Ryan Gosling. There's only two.
Ryan Gosling. Yeah, I get them mixed up all the time. I always fuck that up.
But Deadpool is Ryan Reynolds. That's all you need to remember.
Okay, fine. Deadpool is Ryan
Reynolds.
Cool.
Made his career, man. Forget the Green Lantern.
Nah, he was doing good price stuff. Not in Green Lantern, but he was what was he in? He was in that decent chiplet that came out.
The proposal. The proposal.
No, it wasn't. Was it The Proposal? No, it's the
Proposal.
one where it's got him
Sandra
and
Bullock.
Emma Stone in it.
I've seen the one with Sandra Bullock. I don't know the Emma Stone one.
It's got him and Emma Stone and Steve. I think it's Steve Carell in it.
No. He's never been in a film with Steve Carell. Steve Carell's not my favourite actor.
What is it, man? Hang on, Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, type in keyboard sounds.
Sorry, but this is a key to a.
Sorry, Riz.
To an end.
Sorry, Riz.
Sorry, Riz. Sorry, Shindy. Sorry, listeners. Where is it? What film? How many movies did they do? Crazy Stupid Love. That's it.
No, it's got Ryan Gosling. Boom!
Ooh.
Booyah!
Ryan Gosling. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ah, shit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Fair play.
I've seen that film 100 times, but I love that film. It's a good film.
That's a really good film. I was surprised how good it was when I was
film.
watching it. I was really surprised how good it was.
The scene
But Steve Carell's in that, right?
Yeah. You know, when he's a bit of an old man, he's like, you're wearing the wrong suit size. And then he has the wallet with the Velcro, and he's like, can we have the wallets, please? He just keeps slapping him.
Really
He's like,
it's a really
great
cool
film.
Man.
It's a great film.
And the scene where they all meet together, where the families all meet and everything comes to a head.
Oh,
and you find out that the girl he's dating.
You're gonna have my
spoiler
daughter.
alert. Yeah, I'm like, what? This is. That was. I didn't see that coming. I was like, that's really smart how they did that.
It's a good film, man. It's a really good film. But anyway, so watching that film, but the trailers for the film, Marvel. I don't know if you know, but Phase 4, they just dropped it.
They dropped so many trailers, man. All of them.
We saw. It wasn't a full trailers. We're talking like 10, 20 seconds for each one, but they showed the release dates month-wise. From now, Black Widow. 2023.
Yeah.
Bang, 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 bang,
they're
bang.
not fucking around because they have a massive push. Because they've lost out on like a year and a half's worth of revenue, theoretically.
Right.
They want to get back on getting fans excited again. And to be fair, there's no major films coming out in the next year or so. The only one that everyone's thinking about is the James Bond film. That's the only thing everyone's thinking about. Everyone else is just thinking there's not much.
When we were there, there were a couple of trailers that have been shown, and I was like, "Yep, I'm going to watch that. I'm going to watch that."
Yeah, but they aren't household name films that people have been like, "Oh, really?" Like, say if it was a film made by Christopher Nolan or stuff like that. There isn't another one like that in the pipe works people are going to watch, or a Tarantino film. There isn't anything of that caliber.
You're
that people
talking
are just
about from
automatically going to go see.
Director point of view, but from an actor point of view, there's great
Director
stuff
point of view, true. Actor point of view, actors. I tend to bank on the directors now, not the actors, because all actors can have a bad film, but it's very rare that a director has a poor film.
Yeah, I guess my threshold. I enjoy films. So Anthony Hopkins won the Oscar for Best Actor. His film about dementia. Showed the trailer for that. I was not watching that. There's another film with Colin Firth and someone else. I was like, yeah, I'm watching. There's Space Jam's coming out. LeBron James. I was like, I'm
Gotta
watching
see
that.
Space Jam too.
Do you know what I mean?
Gotta see that. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. it takes
Even
you
if
back
it's
a
shit,
lot.
I'm still gonna see it because I support
It's
Space
Space
Jam.
Jam, man. Like we grew up.
Exactly.
I was talking to Raj yesterday. So Raj is one of my friends, guys, and he was saying about probably true for most young guys who grew up watching Space Jam. But you remember Lola Bunny?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone had like a bit of a crush on Lola Bunny.
We all had a crush on her, man.
Right?
It's
Do you know what I
real.
mean? It's a
real.
universal thing.
But have you
Yeah.
googled the actress's name?
No.
The woman that played her.
No.
Don't do
Do
it.
I want to? Don't do
Don't
it.
do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. It feels like a violation on your childhood. You're like, what?
That's Lola
Right?
Bunny.
This Scotty just puts like this Scotty meaning woman. This woman just puts on like a really high pitched voice, and it's like, whoa, that's a bit of a head fuck. So, yeah.
So, yeah, man, the film was good. Excited by Marvel. Black Widow's out 7th of July. Really excited to see that. Scarlett
that should
Johansson,
be
I
good.
think she's very, very good actress. Plus, I find her very attractive. So
Are you comfortable saying that in front of Shindy? I know she's in the room.
she knows, man. I'm like, you need to be the Black Widow as well.
You need to be
Well,
Black Widow. Well, first of all, she's brown. So
Brown Widow. Well, no,
Brown
that's
Widow,
weird.
Black Widow.
No, that's-
that doesn't work. 'Cause
See, Black Widow
Widow's white,
sounds
doesn't
like
work.
deadly. Yeah, White Widow. Oh, what? There is a White Widow. Yeah.
You
we
say
don't
Black
talk about
Widow
this
because you think of
podcast.
Spider. That's why.
Right. White Widow is something else that was in the news that was quite popular that we should not talk about on the podcast. Related to a Daesh.
Related to a what?
Daesh. Daesh is the other name for ISIL, which is also the name for ISIS.
Ooh, didn't know that. No.
So there was a lady, she was known as the White Widow. Basically, she was interviewed and she was thought to be the mastermind, one of the masterminds who was recruiting people and getting to go to Syria and the whole movement. And her nickname in the tabloids is the White Widow. You check it out.
Why'd they call her that? Because she was. I'm assuming that she was white and she converted.
Yeah, and a lot of people she's marrying were getting martyred. So hence the widow.
Wow. Tie that on your back, eh?
Yeah, so that's that. And then Brown Widow just sounds a bit weird. It's just like, yeah.
Doesn't-
Sounds like
doesn't
an
have the
actual
same-
widow.
It
Like
doesn't hit the same, does it?
no, but it sounds like a real widow, like someone who's lost their loved one. Whereas Black Widow is just
Fucking hell.
it's like, yeah, do you know what I mean? But Black Widow.
We've got three meanings here. So Black Widow means spider. You've got Brown
Right.
Widow that means,
Well,
a woman who's mourning. A
Mourning.
White Widow who's a person
Daesh
that's converting people to Islam and ISIS.
There you go.
Wow.
So,
Variety there, man. Variety. What a way to kick off the episode.
mm.
You asked me to tell you or to ask you about. Actually,
We're gonna
forget
do it
that.
later. You want to do it later?
take a step back. What was it like
Right.
going to the cinema? Were you wearing a mask?
Yeah.
Were you eating?
Right, so the plan had been to go to Nando's. Unfortunately, there was a big queue at Nando's. So
As
with
expected.
the film, yeah, as expected. But the film obviously being at a certain time, we had to then pivot, and we went to Subway. So that was interesting. Like being back at school, we got a Subway. There's obviously no tables or chairs, so we just sat outside.
So you had to just sit outside on the floor and have it.
And here's the thing, which I forgot, like, you know, proper rookie mistake. Haven't had a Subway in ages. Got Subway and, you know, got 3 sauces in there. Got the ranch, got the mayo, got the barbecue, right? Man with beard and moustache.
You haven't thought about this, have you? It's
Like,
horrible.
Oh my God. Like,
Everywhere.
just trying to hold it.
Everywhere.
No knife and fork. And this is like out in public. And I'm like, oh my God, I got to finish it now. It tastes so nice. I'm trying to eat it, but it's like, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, this is not a good choice, man.
Do you know what I do? I just say to someone that's sitting with me, don't look at me while I consume this. Just look away.
Don't look at me, or
I'm going to devour it.
You can't have the
then
sauces.
I'm going to clean my face. And then my face is going to be a little bit sticky until I get home. So,
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I was using a technique where I use the tissue as I go along to kind of, you know, do this.
Yeah,
system.
but only if you have a table, right? If you have the Subway in your hands, it's difficult.
You can have, I was having to keep on it down and then lifting it, and
That's
I
annoying.
was like, I should just go without sauces. But that was the start to the evening.
Then
so
the
that
sweet corn starts falling out the Subway. You know.
did not have sweet corn, but yeah.
What do you have in your Subway? You don't have sweet corn.
Yeah, no. From a fillings point of view, I'll have lettuce. So this is the order. I'll go lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, and then I'll wait for him to do it because I know he'll forget if I keep telling him stuff. I'll wait till he's done that, and then the next line, peppers and onions, gherkins, and jalapenos. Thank you.
I just say to him, put everything in except lettuce. That's it. Lettuce actually ruins it.
That's easy. Lettuce ruins it. Okay.
It ruins it 100%. It's too like too much filling around it. You don't need it. Everything else complements it without the lettuce. Try it one time and you'll get what I mean. I love olives. Love them.
You love olives.
Love them, man.
I have a
green and black olives.
I have an odd relationship with olives. If they're sliced and diced, right, as they are in Subway.
I don't like it with a stone in it.
Okay, but even so slice and dice is fine. I can generally have that. But say I'm at a restaurant, Italian restaurant, and olives and bread and the alioli oil comes out, right? I'll look at it and I'm like, I know you're an olive. I know you're not a grape. But my brain, just because it looks like a grape, right? That's the thing.
It doesn't look like a grape. It's a very
different shade. It is a different shade. It is, but it's like I'll eat it. My brain's telling me to expect a grape.
Have you ever eaten like a cake that's made in the shape of something that it isn't? So like a cake in the shape of a burger, and then you'll eat it, and your brain will think it's a burger, but you're eating cake.
No,
it's a trippy experience.
That's quite interesting. Burger cake. No, but and then so I do it, and I get disappointed because obviously it doesn't taste like a grape, and it's just this weird sour tasting thing, and I'm like,
you're this weird person that has your dessert at the start of a meal. So
I can do, and I mean that's attributed to places like Jimmy Spice's, right? If you go to Jimmy Spice's buffet, you don't need. I used to have like a lot of tapas. I have starters and a bit of main and a bit of dessert, and just it's all good, man. I don't
know how common Jimmy Spice's actually is outside of Birmingham.
I think it's gone down now, but growing up again, I think maybe it's just a school thing where because we used to go there so often. And then you'd be like, "Oh, everyone must go there."
Because that's near Water Broadway, isn't it?
No, I mean, the one we used to go to was near you, man. Well, a little bit more close to you than me. There's Sutton Ways, like Sutton Town Centre. I think that one's closed now though. And then there was one.
There used to be one on Broad Street.
Broad Street, yeah, we've been to that one as well. Bottom, yeah.
Don't even know if it's there anymore.
I don't think so. I think they've all gone now. I can't think of another buffet place I'd go to though. Like, where would you go for buffet?
This is the thing. Like, buffets tend to be overrated if you go now. They don't hit the same. I tend to just want to go and order like a sit down set meal that's been prepared fresh. I don't want something that's been in like a flipping pan for like a couple of hours.
On that note, how was our? Oh, you went there. Oh, sorry, man. But Gopi's birthday.
I didn't go.
Oh no, sorry. I just realised. But Shogun. I presumed you were in London.
What's that place like? Like I've heard of it. What's the food like?
Yeah, again,
it's basically a chef just cooks it in front of you, right?
Yeah, so it's teppanyaki. So I've had it once before abroad. It's pretty good. It's a fun experience where yes, the chef is cooking, but there's an element of fun, and he's doing like things like he's doing all the skills. He's throwing up the knife, like chopping things really quick and making fun of Gopi. Like we told him that Gopi's name is G-string and like all this stuff. His name is Justin, the chef. And he's from Philippines. So we talk about Manny Pacquiao, talking about boxing, and it was just fun, man. It was really fun. Then at one point, he had this like bit of egg. Think of like an omelette, right, in a square, and it was just gonna go to waste. So he chopped it up, and then he had like a little like scooper thing to lift to it, and basically he was like, right, I'm gonna throw it in each of your mouths. So we went around the table, and you had to get it in. And it was so funny, man. Some people was like hitting them here, hit him in the head and the eye and stuff. I got mine. Straight in.
Of course you did.
Yeah, mate. You
watched it the whole way as if it was a cricket ball, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it was good, man. It was a good evening. It was different food. A bit of a premium you pay. It's in the cube, but it was nice to try something different.
Would you recommend eating that food again? Like, is that a preference?
Yeah, I wouldn't go now because I've been so recently, but. Every once in a while. No,
give me your top five. Give me your top 5 food cuisines.
Should we say restaurants? Is that easier?
Nah, cuisine.
Cuisines. All right. Thai definitely. Japanese definitely. Indian, Italian. What's left? Mexican.
Pretty much stuck now, isn't it?
Mexican.
Mexican. Okay.
I'm just thinking what have I missed out. I mean, I don't particularly eat a lot of French food. Which other countries are there?
French food's dry, you know. It's not really much to it.
It's not my thing. Vietnamese food I'll have, but it's probably not my top 5.
Vietnamese is nice, underrated.
like
they do
pho,
pretty good veg options as well.
Chinese I didn't mention, but I definitely prefer Japanese food.
I've always had like takeout Chinese, and I've always think it's been a bit like oily. So maybe I should try like a proper sit down Chinese meal at some point.
We went Book of Mormons. We went after that when we were in Chinatown.
Yes, I remember. Yeah.
That was
nice.
okay. That was okay. Again, it's the first time I've been there. And Korean, it's like Korean Chinese mix there, isn't it? But I didn't. Yeah, those are my top 5. How about you?
Shit, I gotta go American fast food.
Oh god, I didn't even think about that.
You
You say cuisine, and I think sit down restaurant. I don't think like what kind of restaurant?
Okay,
are you
I'm thinking like
about?
burgers and stuff, like American burgers. Love them.
Oh, mate, we haven't spoken about this in podcast, but that day when we were shooting for Medex, a smash burger. First time I've had smash burger. We're going smash burger.
Really nice, isn't it? Really nice.
Really good, man. I was like, because I always go to Junction 9, and I'm always gonna go to Nando's. Yeah. I was like, mate, it's an option now. I'm smash burger, man. Apparently, we didn't get shakes at there. Really the fries were different. They had that seasoning.
It was like a different texture. Yeah, it's nice.
Really good.
Very
Like,
nice.
yeah. I was super impressed, man. Like
it was
I had this.
It was just a little bit above Five Guys. So Five Guys is good, but that was like a level above. I was very impressed.
Wow. Okay. All right. Cool. I agree with you. So burger places. London has a lot of burger places.
So I'll go American fast food. Definitely Mexican food. Not Indian, sorry. What else is there? What other cuisines is there? I like Thai food.
Yeah.
Vietnamese is good. And what other cuisines are there that
Italiano mambo.
Yeah, you know what? I don't like pizza though. I don't like pasta or
pizza
spaghetti.
Pazza.
I don't like spaghetti or pasta or any of that. I'm not a fan. It bloats me too much.
What's that place you bang on about? Caprino's?
Caprino's. I told you about this, bro.
You got to have it in there. You got to have it in there. Then.
Yeah, there you go. Fine. Okay, take that then. Done.
Italiano
Hang on, I missed out. I missed out Portuguese. How can you miss out Portuguese cuisine when we all eat Nando's all the time? You got to add in Portuguese somewhere.
Is it Portuguese there?
It is. It's peri peri, which is Portuguese.
Where did the first Nando's come from? And it's not Portugal.
Where did it come from? London?
Nope. South Africa.
Where? South Africa?
Yeah.
But it's Portuguese cuisine.
Yeah. Most of the Nando's in the world is Africa. And then I think it's Canada. And then I think it's up. You wouldn't think Canada.
It doesn't taste the same in Canada compared to here. I've been told that by many family members.
Nando's does have to be up there, you're right. I mean, Nando's has just seemed, like you see all the other chains like Carluccio's and Piccolino and all this stuff like just, or Jamie Oliver's and all this stuff just seems to be like
the middle to upper class restaurants.
Yeah, but they all seem to be like waning and waxing. But Nando's like consistently will just keep opening more and more chains.
Because it's a broad appeal. It's a simple price. It's not too expensive. It's not too cheap.
But the quality.
And it's simple food that people know what they're going to get.
It's not a McDonald's. And it's not like a full sit-down restaurant. Yeah. But you're right.
They found a perfect price point. And they do uchi, which means improve. They do push their prices up a little bit each time. But
you're so happy with the quality that you don't mind paying a premium. Plus all the other
sometimes like I've got to give pushback there because they used to give bigger portions of stuff and now they've cut back on it and they've just upped the prices. But I guess that happens with any places. By the way, talking of food, there's a burrito place that's opened up near you. I had it yesterday. Really good. You know when you go on towards Scott Arms from yours, you're coming up the hill, you're going to Scott Arms on the right hand side, you've got Perico,
Yeah, okay, got you,
Yeah, next door to Perico is a burrito place. The same guy that runs Perico has opened that place. I tried it yesterday. Very, very impressed. Hopefully it stays open. Yeah. It's the first burrito place I've seen in Birmingham in years. Yeah,
it's
because,
just open, because
who knows if it's going to stay open, right? But I had it and I was really impressed. So definitely recommend that for people that haven't been just yet.
That is one thing I'm enjoying now about the world opening up. Just the willingness. Like I just want to. It's not that I want to eat out every day, right? That's just way too much. But
you want the option, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I definitely want the option. I think it's just nice to meet people again and just to go out, man, have a bit of food. Yeah.
I feel that.
I had Dishum.
What's it like? Because I've heard it's overrated.
I think it sits in its own bracket because it's like it's a good play on street food.
Because you've been to Pushkar and stuff on like Broad Street, right?
Bushka,
How would you rank that in comparison? Because that's
different.
a similar price point, no?
Very different food though, as in the way it's presented. Dishum doesn't pretend to be Punjabi. It's not a Punjabi restaurant. But the kali dal, the black dal guys, what they call the house dal, which is famous for. That was good, but the actual butter paneer, guys, which is like cheese and peas, and like a creamy sauce. That was good. We kind of just went for tapas. Now that was dinner, but what I was actually really impressed by is we went for breakfast. We went with Hanik and Sandeep, and most places, when I think like breakfast, I think like Frankie's and Benny's, where a lot of restaurants will have a breakfast, but it's just like the novelty of having a breakfast. Whereas this place, Dishum, was as busy for breakfast as it was for dinner, and breakfast is like.
Is this the one in London you went to?
This, King's Cross, I think.
Okay, yeah. The reason why it's so in demand is because it's really popular. It's like a it's like a cult status place to go to. It's a bit like you've been to Breakfast Club in London, right?
No, I've heard of it. I haven't been there.
So it's a similar thing. It's like a cult status thing where like, oh, you gotta go. Like the hype has been built around it. So people always want to go. That. So there's always a queue outside of it, no matter what time of day.
But it does deliver, man. Like growing up as brown people, right? The guys, you all have like Heinz beans, right? And beans are cool. You think beans are nice? Try masala beans.
I hate them.
We had this. Oh, dude.
Worst thing in the world.
Masala beans are the
worst thing ever made to man is masala.
They had this naan, right? So basically, this naan comes out and put like, I had like vegan sausages in there, and they had anda in there, egg guys, and then they had like masala beans on the side, and then. So I was so hungry looking at it, and I was like, "Oh, we should get the pancakes. We should get this." I didn't get the pancakes, so I got really full.
Go on, if you just come to mind, Mum will make you that, and it will taste better.
Yeah. Absolutely. But this is this experience, isn't it? And the tea came out, the chai, right? And they have those little glasses like you get like in India, the drivers.
Yeah, why do they call it chai and not cha? Is that just an enunciation thing that Punjabi people have?
Punjabi and Hindi.
Is that it?
Chai, yeah.
But it's the same thing. It's not like a special dish. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah, exactly the same. But we all have we have slightly different words for everything. Sabji, sabzi.
Sabzi, who says that?
Hindi. Sabzi.
Why does their language sound more softer than Punjabi?
Everything sounds softer than Punjabi.
Depends how you say it though.
Maybe Arabic. That sounds pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Have you seen
Arabic sounds quite slick.
You know how Russell Peters' skit on that?
Yeah.
Yalla. Oh,
it's the phlegm that they get into the words.
Habibi. So
you're very impressed with Dishum.
You know what it is? Listen, honestly, so the Dishum we went for dinner was his dad's 60th birthday. The next day we were all going on holiday to like Wales to live it up, right? We did all the quad biking, all that stuff we talked about. So it's just more, we're all together, we know we're going on holiday tomorrow, you know that kind of feel. And then you get the limca, right? I don't know, well, I guess you can get limca from other places, but I was like, oh, limca, glass bottle, like just so many memories of being in India.
Glass bottle,
straw.
Yeah, of course.
Do you know what I mean? And there's just, the service is good, the buzz is there. I've said this, I always say to India, like, if I'm in a restaurant, I want there to be a vibe. I don't like being in a dead restaurant, man. I don't like being in a dead pub. I was with my mates a couple of weeks ago in the Plough and Harrow, really nice, Chester Road, but it was just dead. I was like, there needs to be a vibe, man.
But the problem I have with that is when the vibe is too much, you can't hear people. So, say today at work, I went to the office, and when I was in the office, I struggled to hear people because I've got hearing issues anyway. But people speak at like a normal level. But when you've got so much background noise, you can't hear them. It gets really fucking jarring when you're trying to sit there and just focus on one person talking. It's not enjoyable. Yeah, so I don't mean loud. It to be a little bit quieter.
Like a vibe. It has to be a vibe. A vibe doesn't mean loud to me.
What's a vibe and loud then? Like the middle point?
Just yeah, exactly. But there are things going on, and everyone's got their own stories. I like to people watch a little bit, and it's so fascinating that we all live parallel lives, right? Like we all living, everything's happening. While I'm doing this, Cristiano Ronaldo somewhere else, and Roger Federer's on centre court just beating somebody. Like it's just so cool. And then I look when I see like life, and that's the best thing I like now with COVID kind of opening. Right, that seeing people outside, like we went to, okay, this is a bit of an anomaly, but Star City, people don't care about rules there anyway.
No one cares about rules there.
You know what I mean?
Mask in sight at all? No.
There were a few, but they weren't really being enforced.
So for those who don't understand, Star City is like, it's a good place to go to for cheap cinema tickets.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the only reason.
$4.49.
There you go. It's $4.49 for a cinema ticket. So
And
a lot
the
of people go there for
actual,
that.
the thing is, the actual cinema side,
The cinema
screens
itself
are
is
actually really
massive.
good.
It's really
Yeah,
good.
it's really good. The
quality
screens
is
are really
great.
good.
The only
Exactly.
problem is that it's
Everything else.
It attracts like a massive poorer audience, and they have.
Rude boy. Correct.
I don't mind the rude boy thing, but it's. How do I explain this?
Hecklers,
in
man.
the correct way.
You get hecklers.
Yeah, hecklers. There you go. People
Right?
who ruin the actual cinema experience.
We went to watch John Wick 3, me and Shindy. Excellent film, right? John Wick 3. If you have not seen it, guys, you need to watch it. Keanu Reeves on the horse. Fantastic. John Wick 4 is coming, by the way. I read it this morning. It's being filmed. And essentially, a group of us, we finished the film, came outside, went to the manager, said, look, you have these kids. I think maybe the exams are finished, kept coming in and out, making noise. He was like, free tickets for you all, man. And just
free tickets. Flipping out. I should complain every time.
Yeah. So we went to watch Avengers Endgame. Free tickets, baby.
Hang on, but surely that would have been worse because people got very excited during Endgame.
They did, but it's different excitement. Like, you know, Cap picking up the
hammer.
Mjolnir. I'm practicing the name, bro. Yeah, when he did that was Avengers Assemble. Even yesterday during that trailer I was telling you about, they had this clip from View about the first showing, or showing the first showing of Avengers and how the crowd started cheering.
I saw
when
that,
he
and
picked
it's
up.
like we miss moments like this or something like that.
Yeah.
You're late to the show, man. All of these little trailers have already aired like online. You just haven't seen them.
I don't see these things online, and it's the first time I went back to cinema. And your question was,
I need to start
how's
sending
it
them
like
to
being
you, I
back to
guess.
cinema? So masks are not mandatory whilst you're actually watching the film, right?
They
and
are.
cinemas
That's a game changer because it used to be like, oh, you have to have a mask on the whole time, which is just fucking uncomfortable.
No, you're not going to watch a film with a mask on, man. That's just... I mean, the caveat was always if you're eating and drinking. We had some ice cream. Yeah, that was nice. It's good, man. I came back and I said, Shindy, right, Black Widow's coming out next week. We're watching it. I started putting the dates back in my calendar now. I was like, yeah. So I went 2for1meerkat.com. Every Wednesday, Tuesday and Wednesday.
Oh, is it still going on? Are they still doing
Compare
that?
the meerkat.com.
They still do it?
Yes, 2 for
Remember
1
when that
cinema
was
tickets.
Orange Wednesdays and you had to text your mate to get you an orange ticket?
Yeah, code.
And they'd have to forward it to you straight away.
Yeah. The best I've ever done is I've done...
When you were texting mates like, yo, are you with Orange? Yo, are you with Orange? And you found that one mate and you're like, I'm going to message you every Wednesday. Right?
Yeah.
Keep the phone.
He's like, no, I'm going to cinema now.
Yeah, I'm going to cinema myself.
Five
Leave
was
me
the
alone.
most I ever got, like on one day. I had 10 people.
Really?
Like,
5 requests?
I got 5. Yeah, but...
That must have been
people came
abused, man. I'm surprised they
People
kept it
came
going for so many years.
Yeah, well, it's still going, isn't it?
How does it work now, though? Isn't it like
Meerkat.
one ticket per person?
No, you can still use as many codes as you want when you're booking. But the Meerkat thing is that you have to have a Meerkat product. So literally, you can go on there and you can get some travel insurance from here to London for like £1. And that's it. You got free 2 for 1 for the whole year. That's all you have to do.
That's it?
Yeah.
What if you bought like the little stuffed doll? Does that count?
Whatever. You have to buy some sort of policy. Some.
Oh, you have to buy a policy. All right.
Yeah, but like value doesn't matter of the policy. So.
Don't get used to that because we normally podcast on Wednesdays. So
yeah, we may have to rethink that. Or
you're gonna have to rethink it. I fucking knew it.
Yeah. Tuesdays is the other day, isn't it? For the 2 for 1. It's Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Is it Tuesdays and Wednesdays?
They have Super
You're in the
Mondays
clear then.
at Star
You're in the
City,
clear.
which is
They
like a
have what?
£3 ticket. Super Mondays.
Super Mondays.
Yeah, £3 I think on a Monday. Madness.
They may as well just give it away for free, honestly.
Well, look, businesses are trying to get people back, so they're just incentivizing the shit out of it, man. So it's a good time.
True.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
I'm glad to hear, man. I want to hit the cinema at some point. It's been a while. It's been a very long while. Have you seen Tenet yet?
You're the second person. Somebody asked me yesterday. We were talking about Denzel's son. Same as that. Yeah, and I've seen him in Ballers, but I haven't seen that. And I haven't seen...
He's
Black
really good
Klansman.
in it. You'll be surprised. Black Klansman's on Netflix. You should watch that.
I mean, his voice is so similar to Denzel. It's just freakily...
No, it's not. No, it's very different.
Yeah. No. When you watch Ballers, like I hear his voice, I'm like, my God, that's Denzel, man.
It's not the same at all. They don't have the same cadence. It's very different.
You're watching F9.
Am I watching what?
F9.
Fast 9. I gave up after number 6. After Paul
Yeah,
Walker died, I was like, yeah, I'm done, man.
Still gonna watch it.
And they still keep going, and I was like, lads, stop it. How much more wild can you get?
I think you gotta take it to 10 at least.
I think I got over it when they drove the car through the 2 buildings in Dubai.
Yeah,
I was like, okay, this is getting too much now.
I think
Just stop.
one of the later films, is something happens with a tank, and then they fly. They go through ice on a tank. It's something weird. The one I did enjoy actually was Hobbs and Shaw. That I actually like that spin off with The Rock and Jason Statham. That's good. It hasn't got the rest of the cast, so you enjoy that one. The music's good, cast is good. It's good. I wish I was a film critic, you know.
So
I wouldn't be a very good film critic though.
you wouldn't be a good film critic. Why?
As in, I wouldn't say bad things. Like I enjoy film too much. I just want to be paid.
Nice. We saw this when you judged our competition all those years ago. You're like, I don't like judging. It's mean.
Really mean. You know. I really what I should have been on that day. I'm just want to get a bit more comfortable. Is the hosting. Hosting is much more my thing, man. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like we could both host now. We should
Could
get
be,
that out there.
man.
We
Could
offer our
host right
services.
now, you know. Any
Yeah,
hosting gigs, please. DM.
Guys, if anyone's listening to this right now, if you want the Indy and Doctor hosting experience, hit us up.
Indian Doctor hosting experience. Jesus Christ.
Yes.
Making us sound like a.
Indy has other. Yeah, Indy is also a mail order escort service offered. He's now residing in London. Experiences include he will show you how to do a layup and a 3-pointer.
A layup, yo.
He will show you how to smash the backboard.
Like Shaq. It's simple, yeah. You pick up a rock and you love it. That's it, done. Backboard broken, lads.
That's it, boys. Ladies, if you're out there and you want a really good night, then you know who to hit.
Then you call God and not me.
You call Indy.
I am engaged.
Indy is not married. Indy is not married. I am married, so Indy therefore is still single. I don't see a ring.
I got my pre-wedding shoot this Saturday, right? And got a bit of an issue. So it's
You're gonna share it with the listeners.
It's on Saturday.
Right.
And
What's the date? It's England's playing. Football's coming up.
So the England game's on at 8, and the football shoot is on at 5 o'clock. So I'm like,
oh my god, why are you so late in the day, bro? Like,
no, it's because of the weather. The weather's dodgy all day, so we're trying to get it so the weather's like somewhat decent. So I've had to plan it so that I can. Huh?
It's an outdoor shoot.
Yeah.
How many outfits have you got?
2.
Right. Okay. And then it's all outdoor.
All outdoor. It should be
Like
done within 3 hours theoretically, but I've found like a couple of places to watch the game in Central, which would be quite nice because sitting and just seeing people and having that bit of community will be something that I haven't done in a long time.
I was thinking about our time on the Stagman when we watched Ronaldo play in his bar.
You watched Ronaldo. You watched Real versus Atletico, Champions League 2017.
Yeah, well remembered. We sat on the couch, remember, in that rammed bar. And the experience, see the vibe. The vibe is awesome.
The vibe, innit? It's all about
That's the way to watch it, man. In Ronaldo's bar in Portugal.
Oh yeah, shit! It was in his bar. You know, I forgot about that.
It was in his bar, man. CR7.
Yeah,
I was like, we did it well, man. Look, I'm not a massive football fan, but when you got that type of atmosphere and you got good teams playing at the final, I'm there, man. I'm absolutely there.
That's great.
But is Sanja a football watcher or?
She doesn't mind watching the major tournaments. The major tournaments is cool. So she kept up to date with the World Cup and stuff last time.
Tell me about that.
She's been busy with work.
I heard one of the commentators saying about obviously World Cup's next year, but it's like a weird time and there could be games like on Christmas Day.
It's in December because it's been held in Qatar. It's going to be held in December because it's too hot.
Right, gotcha.
Even though it should never be held in Qatar because it just makes no fucking sense. But
money.
It's literally that. It's just money and corruption.
There's no reason for Anthony Joshua to fight in the Middle East, man. But it's all about the money.
So I heard this the other day. I can't remember who said it. Someone said it on the podcast, but they said the way Eddie Hearn built up Anthony Joshua was brilliant because he took Anthony Joshua to all the little smaller cities across the UK to build up a fan base. And now when he goes to like a bigger city abroad to go and fight, those people in the smaller cities are going to want to pay to watch him because they built some sort of relationship with him or some affiliation with him. And I was like, oh, that's a really smart marketing. Level. Like, they do things at like a really grassroots level to build up a following, build up your record as well.
Grass.
And then when you go abroad, you have grass, whatever.
Grass.
You know what? I fluctuate between the two, to be fair. So
You're from Birmingham.
I say both.
Had a patient today. Where are you from? I was like, do you mean where I live? No. Where are you from? I was like, I'm third generation UK. Where is your family from? And then basically, I was like, she was nice patient. I told her, and then she was like, oh, my daughter-in-law's from India as well. And I was like, okay. I was like, which part? She's like, I don't know. And I was like, she said she's a Patel. Where's that from then? I was like, probably Gujarat, like in the middle. I was like,
Possibly.
I'm from the north. Yeah, but then I was like, so is she Hindu? She's like, she used to be, but now she's a Christian. And I was like, okay. I was like, great success.
They converted her.
I was just like, oh, okay. And then she was like, she also grew up here as well. I was like, yeah, okay. Oh.
You must get some characters, man, when you see patients, honestly.
Yeah. Every person's just different. It's just different, aren't they? It's just everyone has their own story. They have their different set of what's important to them, their values, right? But it's a lot more sharp when it comes to health. That's what it is. Like, you could be in conversation with somebody at, say, like a bar or somewhere else, and actually, because we're not infringing on their values, we don't actually see what they really believe because it doesn't get pushed there. Whereas in a healthcare setting, there's some very sharp things that we sometimes need to do, like, operations, tests, and therefore because of that we really see what people strongly believe and don't believe, but yeah, you get some characters, man. But yeah, so football on Christmas Day, that could be a thing.
Potentially, I think it's going to happen. Yeah, definitely.
That's
going to be weird. It's going to be very weird to see like a World Cup.
We're all going to be off. Like, I normally take 2 weeks.
No, I don't mind it, but then I think it's a bit. It's just weird to not have a World Cup that summer because normally everyone's used to seeing it in summer.
But yeah, how long will it last? How many weeks?
The World Cup tends. I think it's the same amount of time as the Euros, which is a month.
Wow,
Yeah,
they just play a lot more games per day.
Yeah, which is how they've done with the Euros, right? They've pretty much they've had so many games at the beginning. Teams play on average about every 5 days.
But yeah, I guess Euros are doing 2 games a day. The World Cup probably 3 games a day, something like that.
Something like that, yeah, depending on the number of teams.
Mm.
It's going to be a shit World Cup, man, honestly. You're just going to see people just sweating the whole time and being uncomfortable. It's just going to be
true, but it's colder than it would be otherwise. The summer would be boiling, man.
Yeah, but a winter out there is a summer in Europe.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
And the humidity levels are different. It's not like the humidity levels is going to be the same level. It's going to be very like thick, dense heat, which is not nice.
What do you think about indoor football? Imagine you had like Wembley Stadium with a roof.
No. Football was meant to be played outdoors, especially competitive football.
But why?
That's just how you play football. It's a bit like trying to have a basketball game outdoors. Okay, it works in pickup games, but to have the same atmosphere as you would and the same conditions as what professionals do, they play indoors.
I'm using the parallel because Wimbledon centre court for a long time didn't have that roof. Now it does.
Yeah.
It's awesome, man. Like, yeah, it didn't feel like...
You went to Wimbledon, didn't it? How was it?
Awesome, man. Like, it's just surreal. And we got there and all the things...
How'd you get tickets, first of all? That shit's like gold dust.
Divine intervention. The Lord
Divine intervention. Here we go. Go on.
So
Tell me how Maharaj, aka God, managed to get you this.
It's what Manmeet was talking about last week, actually. I've been thinking about it for a while. And I put it out there. And this is the thing. When you put things out there, you don't think about how it's going to happen. So Saturday, I'm coming back from Paran, from Liverpool. I get a phone call from my sister. She's like, I've got 2 tickets to Wimbledon. You want to go? Didn't know she
How did she get
for
the
it.
tickets?
So she just put her email in somewhere, in some system, and then she's like, yeah, we got tickets Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. When she rang me Saturday, I said, like I was already like doing stuff. I was working. I had dinner booked with Vicky, and then I was like, oh, yeah, I can't go. And then I found out Roger Federer was playing, and I was like, he's like one of the greatest players of all time.
He's going to stop playing soon as well. So
might be his last one. He's 39 years old. Probably his last Wimbledon. He's got 8 titles at Wimbledon. He's definitely the GOAT at the moment.
Did he win?
Yeah. So it should have gone 5 sets. The other guy fell over and got injured. But Roger was being pushed. Like, there were glimpses of greatness. but there's still like bits where he's had 2 knee operations, so this is like the first. He's back after like 19 months or something. He's only played like 10 matches this year. But it's also, man.
What's quite peak about tennis is that it's just always been those top 3, and now that they're starting to age out, the next generation of tennis players just don't look as good.
Yeah, you say that, but somebody has to fill that thing. Like before Federer, there was Sampras, and Sampras was like dominating the Agassi before that. Like there's always been a couple of dominants, and there'll be great rivalries. I'd say Murray's in that as well. There's the big 4.
Murray's done, man. He isn't the same. He's
but he's still he mixed it with the best. Is he
even like top 50 now with his injuries that he's had?
I don't know. He's in Wimbledon, so he's won his 2nd game. He's in 3rd round now as well. Nadal's not in this because of his knee. Djokovic is looking really dominant. If Djoko wins this, the race for the GOAT is equal, 19-19-19 in terms of Grand Slam titles. We had strawberries and cream, which is like the thing for Wimbledon. All right,
strawberries and cream.
It's just everybody has it at Wimbledon. Strawberries and cream. It's just a thing.
What's the hype?
It's just like strawberries and cream. You go to Wimbledon, you eat strawberries and cream. It's just a thing you do there. Everyone does it. But the strawberries, I was speaking to a lady and she was like, yeah, there's a farm in Kent and they just come from there every morning, 4 a.m. Like some of the best strawberries I've ever tasted, man. And they just double, like, it's not whipped cream, it's the other cream, like the liquidy cream. I had 2 helpings, man. I was like, this is just the best thing ever, man.
I do not enjoy it.
Guess how much it cost for like a box of strawberries and cream at Wimbledon?
10 quid?
£2.50.
Really? I expected it to be a lot more expensive than that.
I walked in and I was like, you sent me this £2.50. I was like, give me 5 boxes. At the end, basically, I was taking boxes for like Shindy, my mom, my dad, and then Kenny and Meher. And basically, they were like, here's a box. And so when we left, people thought I was selling them. Like we were standing, we were walking out, and I just had this box on me, like all this strawberries and cream. And it was really cool, man. It was just weird. Like I was sitting inside centre court, and I was like, this is what I've been watching for like years on TV. And then now I'm here.
Because there's only a small number of tickets that are like on sale each day. Like it's not massive, is it? Centre court.
No, and they're half
like
capacity. 15,000 full capacity. They're running at half capacity now, so 7,500. So yeah, definitely lucky to get tickets. And it was just a great day out, man. We saw Serena Williams as well. She came on after Roger, but unfortunately,
you saw her fall and fucking knee up.
Yeah, I think she was injured before she started. Like she had lots of heavy strapping to her left thigh, right thigh. But still, like we saw her play like most of the first set, and she's just powerful, man. That woman can hit a ball, man, just flat. And where we were sitting, you can appreciate like how flat they hit the ball. Like, there was some shots where Roger was really getting over the ball, loads of top spin, feet coming off the ground, and it was just so much venom in the shot. And I was like, wow, how do you turn that, man? And the thing I was saying to Kenny is Kenny loves football. He's an Arsenal fan, and I was saying the thing with football is, it's like you don't have a goal every second, whereas in tennis it's like a point every point, and so you're cheering constantly. Like there's the thing Wimbledon is as well. When you leave, you can't then come back in unless the players are seated. Like so, every 3 games have a little break.
That's the one, yeah. Because they can't have you disrupting play, can they? Exactly,
and so they have the armed forces. They're the ones who do the security detail for Wimbledon.
The armed forces, fucking hell.
It's like a tradition. They've been doing it. Like it's nice for obviously them. They come to see as well. Obviously, no one messes with the armed forces. So I was chatting to quite the RF officers and a couple of the army guys, and there's one bit where I was waiting outside, and the roar, man, that I heard. And again, this is half capacity. It's Roger Federer. He's just winning it like a normal point, and the roar was just like, oh my god, man! I was like, wow, this is like this atmosphere, and that's cool because at every point, something's happening. But in different.
Football, when someone scores a goal, it's that roar is sensational because it depends on when they score the goal.
Yeah.
Like, is it a goal that's the equaliser? Is it a goal that wins it in added time? Is it just a hat-trick goal? Like, you don't know. Is it a spectacular goal?
Yeah.
Like, there's things like that make people cheer louder, and you appreciate that more when you're there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. It's just not every... I mean, basketball? Because that's,
Basketball's more casual, so people cheer and stuff, but it's not as intense. It only gets intense in the last 2 minutes if the game's tight. but otherwise it's not as intense. It's like it's like quite casual, chilled. You kind of expect baskets to keep going.
They do all the clapping. Defense.
They do the clapping, but the clapping tends to happen. The clapping tends to happen during timeouts when the cheerleaders come on and they're like, like
defense.
Claps. Yeah, all that kind of shit. Or they're like defense, defense, like all that stuff, man. I've seen it. It's mad. Yeah, Americans really go heavy with that crowd entertainment stuff. Like every second is like entertainment. There's no gaps at all. There's always something happening.
There's a film I watched recently. You should watch. Ben Affleck, The Way Back. Basketball film. He basically coaches his team.
Is it better than Coach Carter?
No, it's different. It's very different. It's not. Coach Carter is very like Americanized. This is obviously American film as well, but it's much more low key, and you can kind of get the feel like, yeah, okay, this is my. Even though Coach Carter's a real story, there's a lot more like hype in that film. But I really enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. Like it shows basically Ben Affleck's struggles, and what he does for the boys. It's really good.
What, struggles in real life or struggles as that character?
Character. I think he has the same struggles in real life, though. That's why he plays it so well.
Well, if you like stuff like that, you should watch Entourage.
Mark Wahlberg's show.
Yeah, it's basically a show that's been sort of developed based on Mark Wahlberg's experience.
Okay.
So his whole acting life, he's sort of sprinkled in elements of truth into the show. And it takes you through different stages like an actor goes through in their lifetime over different seasons. It's really great, man. Me and Hancock love it, so you should definitely watch it.
Okay. My mama talks about it all the time. He's finished now, isn't it? Like, it's all done.
It's done now. They made a film about it as well.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah,
but they're thinking of rebooting it, which is weird. Sorry?
50 Cent, he's in there as well, isn't he?
For a little bit, yeah. They've had guest appearances from a lot of people. You see people like, I think Ben Affleck was in it for a little bit. Who's the guy that plays Jason Bourne?
Yeah, Matt Damon,
he's in it. Like, people just, they have actors make guest appearances all the time.
Oh, nice. That's pretty cool. Yeah, if you're Mark Wahlberg, you know all these people anyway.
Exactly. And he makes an appearance as himself in the show.
Does he?
Yeah.
He's a cool dude, man. Like, I don't hear a lot of bad things about Mark Wahlberg. He's always in shape. I like his mindset, man. He's a cool dude.
You've seen his 3 a.m. workout thing, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. I think he does a really good funny thing with him, James Cameron.
Yeah.
He does
the Avatar guy.
No.
Yeah.
The funny guy.
James Cameron's the guy.
No. That is. But I'm not about him. The funny guy, the one who's in Gavin and Stacey. Is it Gavin and Stacey?
James Corden.
Corden, sorry, not Cameron.
James
Corden.
You're off form today with all the names, honestly.
Mate, just one of the
James Cameron is actually in Entourage as well for like a lot of the seasons. He plays like the main director in a few of the films, so yeah. You should watch that.
That's pretty funny.
What about James Corden?
He does this thing with Mark Wahlberg.
That's the one, in that video where he goes to work out with him. Yeah,
and then
crazy.
There's another one I watched recently. It's like celebrities' gyms and their fridges or something like that. You'd like that?
Fridges?
So, yeah, like basically they show the gym, and then the second half would be like, all right, what's in your fridge? And they just talk about the food they eat. And I don't know, it's really nice. I actually like watching it. It's quite easy.
It's like watch. Kevin Hart's Cold as Balls thing.
That was, I watched that for a bit. That was good.
That's pretty cool.
When they get in the ice bath.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I quite like that. He's got a film out called Fatherhood. That's meant to be really good on Netflix.
We started watching it. Yeah,
I need to watch that.
It has a good message. I haven't finished it, but definitely need to watch it. That's what I was going to tell you. I'm watching Bad Boy Billionaires of India.
Oh God, what's that about?
It's interesting, man. It's like all these basically dudes, very, very rich, and basically the fraud and all the crime that they've done to get to that position. Some of them are, two of the guys they talked about are in London now. They're both waiting extradition to India. One's in prison waiting and one's not in prison waiting.
You know what cracks me up about Indians, right, is how they always take shortcuts on everything. Like, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of hard-working ones out there, but the stereotype is that, well, white people see it as like, oh, they must have done some shady shit to get to where they got to. And, you know, in fashion, there's a company called Boohoo. They're run by Indians.
It is, yeah.
really badly run company. They've had so many PR scandals.
I thought they're buying up everything.
They're buying up everything, but they're doing a bad job of it. So, say they own a couple of high end brands and a couple of low end brands. What they were trying to do is they were trying to cut off labels off the low end brands and resell it as high end brands to people for like 10 times the price, just to make money. And they got caught out doing it, and they just tried to sweep it under the carpet.
Wait, when you're already making that much P, do you really need to do that?
Exactly. But it's all about taking shortcuts.
It sounds you'll probably appreciate this a little bit more than you, but on Soho Road.
Yes.
So guys, Soho Road is like this road in Birmingham, which is just full of...
It's like the hub for Indian shopping in Birmingham.
It's like Southall, Birmingham.
Yeah, like Southall or Green Street in London. Same thing.
There's a suit store called Badial.
I know the
which
store.
you always see. Right. The owners were found dead this morning at their house. Like 73-year-old and 69-year-old. They called it, the article read murder-suicide. So they're thinking one would kill the other one and then commit suicide. Like two old uppity people, like 70 and 60 something. So open investigation at the moment.
Isn't that the one on Smoke High Street? No, that's Butterwald.
Yeah, not that. This is Soho Road, this right at the top end. So you know when you go to Hassan?
Yeah.
Go past Hassan, that is right there. Big like Badial's got like an X on it, like it's the first. Yeah, and I was like, damn man, that was a bit scary. They live I think they were saying they live in this famous road in Coventry, I think.
Coventry?
Mile High, yeah.
Sorry, famous road in Coventry. That sounds wrong, man.
Like a rich area. Famous Mile or something it's called.
There's a rich area in Coventry, bro. No, it's not. Coventry is show.
Okay, easy.
It is, man. There's nothing to do there.
Everywhere's got somewhere like... Yeah, that's true.
Have you been to Coventry Town Centre? It is diabolical.
Have you been to
Coventry Town Centre? It's grey. It's grey buildings.
Why'd you go there?
I think I had to go for a wedding once.
Oh, okay.
It's just grey buildings everywhere. I'm like, this place is just not it.
And then you moved to London.
There you go.
There you go. No, it's just because Sutton was so bad. It's Sutton Park on your doorstep, and you thought, I'm just going to move to London.
It's very true.
Not nice.
It's alright. Got a base in Birmingham, it'll be fine.
Oh, we've got a base, have we? Yeah, alright, okay.
Yeah, I got a base in Birmingham. You?
Yeah, okay. That's fine.
See what I did there?
I'll accept that. Yeah? That's quite clever.
Yeah.
You're getting witty these days.
Thank you. I try. Right, you tell me
you're not prof witty, but you're witty.
Huh?
You're not prof witty, but you are witty. Hey.
That was shit.
Next slide, please. Thank you.
I'll make you resign quicker than Hancock, man. Leave it, honestly.
I'll do the Boris. Chris, you wanna take this one?
Do you want to take that one? Do you want to take that one as well? And that one? Do you want to just do my job for me, mate? Yeah. Come here. You can take
that's a very good question. Chris, you wanna take that one? Oh god.
That guy's stealing a living, man. Honestly, stealing a mad living.
We haven't talked about Matt Hancock. Have you seen the video?
Oh, bro, who hasn't seen the video, man? I saw it everywhere.
You know what? The first time I was like, it was one of those days where I woke up and I was checking my phone and it just popped up, and then like
it was everywhere. You couldn't not find it.
I was a bit drowsy, but I watched it and I was like, "Is this real?" That was like the first thing I was thinking. I was like,
"Bro, how revolting was the video?"
Man, just like he's like peeping in, and he's like,
he's trying to have
he's like nobody's there, and then she just comes out of nowhere and he pulls her in, doesn't he? He's like,
he pulls her in. He's got his finger in her ass. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. He went digging. I was like, flipping hell, man.
Yeah, ganja, man.
So that woman's married to a millionaire, right?
Right.
And she's moved out to go and live with Hancock now.
Has
Hancock's
she?
done the same. He's left his family, she's left hers, and now now they're living together. And I'm like, okay, fair enough, but
true lover.
But I don't know. Is it or is it a fling, a midlife crisis? I don't know.
Well, we will see.
But they've been friends for years, apparently. Like they were.
Yeah, this always comes out, doesn't it? Like you see all the old pictures. There's like some article about how he.
When you see the old pictures, is when you're like, "Whoa, what? That's weird. Yeah, that's very coincidental." Yeah.
And then all these articles come out like everybody knew, but they won't say anything. It's like, okay.
Of course they did. Of course they all knew.
But it's what we're seeing is CCTV footage, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I want to know like who's getting the footage.
Oh,
to sell that to
there's someone in the government that doesn't like other people that backstabs, man. Like, it's not a new thing. There's always smear scandals that come out about people because they know what to do. It's no coincidence that Dominic Cummings had that hearing about Hancock, leaked all the information saying that Boris said that Hancock's useless. Boris like, no, he's fine, it's fine. He's like, okay, I'm kind of screwed now. I need to get a scandal out to get rid of him. Does the scandal? He still doesn't get rid of him, but then somebody else still has the whereabouts to keep pushing for that to happen. And the media outcry was so large that he had to get rid of him, and rightfully so, because you hear all the heartbreaking stories about people who have abided by social distancing the whole time, and he hasn't.
Come and give me a puppy.
What's mad is, right, like hundreds of thousands of deaths, doesn't resign. Snogs a woman, he has to resign now. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't add up.
Yeah,
That's
true.
not
But
correct.
it's more, is it like the tipping point? The thing with 100,000 deaths is it's like what we compare it to number 2.
No, it isn't about the comparison thing. It's about how did we get to hundreds of thousands of deaths because of the care homes issue, right? And that was the biggest thing that pissed people off, which is
the care homes definitely okay. Yeah, I buy that.
That's the thing that inflated all the figures, I think, massively. When you look at when Dominic Cummings was talking to Hancock saying, you're sending people back home, have they been tested? Is it all okay? He said yes. And then it came out that none of that actually transpired. And you're like, oh shit. That's how it just ravished. That's how it just fucking ran through like a wrecking ball in care homes, like it was nothing. So that's why the hundreds of thousands of deaths is a big thing, because that was a massive oversight. And you can't just sweep that under the carpet, which they really did. They swept that hard.
Well, they said, we'll need to do a review, and the review will take many, many years, and then then they changed jobs anyway. You went Jeremy who's now in the Foreign Office, and it's like.
And what's annoying is how the government will always say, "Oh, don't worry about that. Look at the vaccine program," and I'm like, you can't keep pointing to now and then not let people scrutinise the past, because clearly something went wrong. Yeah. So you have to let people go through the right channels to scrutinise it.
Yep, that's true. Yep, I agree with that. You do need to appraise things that have gone.
Because otherwise, how are you going to learn from any of your mistakes in the future? There has to be like processes set up in place.
That reminds me, at Wimbledon, the guy who was sitting in front of us, like here, was John Burko, who was the old Speaker of
John
the House.
Burko, the guy who's now flipped to Labour.
Yeah, but Speaker of the old Speaker of the House.
Yeah, the old Speaker of the House who hates Boris, hates him.
Oh my god! So
I want to read his memoir. That's how much I want to see how much he hates Boris. I want to read his book.
I think I have a good voice, and then you have this guy.
His voice is tremendous.
Roger,
like, speak and I'm like,
come on, Roger, great. And it was like, what time? Yeah, and then so basically, Roger Federer needs to break. You understand tennis terms? You have to break.
I do. Yeah. He had to break his serve. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So he's like, Roger, what time is it? Break time, and it was just everyone was like, yeah.
What time is it? Break time. Oh,
do you know what I mean? But because he said it, it was brilliant, man. And then obviously England game was happening while we were watching Roger.
Yeah.
And like the signal was really poor when they closed the roof, so we were we weren't really getting everything. And then I think somebody got it through, and then someone went, "Football's coming!" And that was it. And everyone's like cheering in the crowd, and we were like, "Oh, okay."
That's nice.
So that was.
What's crazy is the Euros final and the Wimbledon finals on the same day.
Same day. Yeah, it's a great day for sport.
Happens all the time, like whenever there's a massive sports thing, because Wimbledon's always on a Sunday and the final is always on a Sunday. So whenever there's a major tournament,
what time is the football?
Clash. I think it's going to be an evening kickoff, like or 5 p.m. kickoff or something like that.
5 p.m. would actually clash with Wimbledon, but 8 p.m. should be fine.
Depending on how the game goes, right?
Yeah, because you can, yeah, exactly.
We need to do the next installment of the Dr Chronicles, so tell me what happened.
Yeah, alright. So I had a lady. This lady had a very nice Louis Vuitton bag. That was the first thing. I was like, why do you bring Louis Vuitton to hospital, man? It was like personalised monogram. And I was like, you're just asking for to be stolen or like...
Well, hang on. You're at QE?
Heartland.
Where's Heartlands?
It's near Birmingham Football Ground.
Birmingham City
Yeah.
football
yeah,
ground.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that side of Birmingham. Okay.
The ends and then the ends that they get
Yeah.
towards. And yeah, this
Well, clearly
this
it wasn't
specifically-
real. It must not have been real.
I don't know, man. Like, the thing is, personalized monogram, right? And you don't really get fake personalized monogram. You get a lot of just the standard LV Louis monogram, which isn't that. So I was like, okay, she's well off. She's well dressed, and she is a smoker. So she had this condition called COPD, which is destruction of your airways, and because of that, from time to time, we have to do a special blood test. So your normal blood test is going to be from your veins, right? Veins obviously carry blood back to the heart. We need to do a blood test from the artery, which is going the other way, okay? And one of the places we do that is from the wrist. So it's a bit. So we find the pulse. So 2 fingers. I find where the pulse is. Bang, needle in. So my junior doctor
into
came
the
to
pulse.
me.
Isn't that painful?
Yeah, it's different to hence the story. It's different to
Finding a normal vein. Yeah.
right. Yeah. Normal vein. You put tourniquet on. You don't need tourniquet for this. You just find the pulse. Bang. But if you injure the vessel, you can get what we call a hematoma. So you can you cause swelling to that blood vessel, and obviously that blood vessel supplies your hand. That can be a problem.
So who tends to do that? Is it the doctor that tends to do that, or the nurse?
Nurses
Who's better to
can
administer
do it.
that? Really?
Yeah, whoever's trained. Yeah. But the junior doctor came to me and said, "Jazz, this lady, she needs one doing." She said, one doctor can try it once. That's it. Right.
Wow.
And then so I went to her and had a look, and I was like, yeah, okay, a lot of people have been trying, And I was like, all right, come on the bed. Let's just get. It's all about positioning, right? Everything is about positioning. If you've heard the podcast last week, when you sleep with the wife, it's all about positioning, right? Otherwise you get told off, right? Clamping and things. And exposed the hand, got everything ready, and I was like, okay, because you have to be really steady with this. And the thing that people don't appreciate is when I go in with a needle, a lot of people, sometimes patients go like, start moving around. I'm like, bro, I've got a needle inside you, man. You gotta be, yeah. And there are some people, unfortunately, who are very confused or have dementia, where I have to take other people with me to sort of hold things down so I can get the samples and things. And anyway, so I've got the needle in now, and I just hear this noise. I've never heard a human make this noise. Like this noise, right? And I'm trying to concentrate to get the blood. I'm like, I need to find this man because this person is clearly in a lot of pain and distress, right? That's so funny. When I made that noise, this pop-up came up on Zoom. It says set up professional audio in audio settings. That's never come up before. And anyways, I got the sample, right? So I got the sample. I'm like, good, got the sample. We got it in one. Good job. Take the needle out, and I'm about to apologise. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Clearly, you're so distressed. She's like, that was the best one ever. No one's ever done it that well. And I was like, you made that noise, and I was the best.
Differently.
I cannot imagine what noise you would have made if I had not done it well. But so yeah, man, you just see it all. So it's a very short doctor story this week, but it's just
Jesus Christ! So hang on, when she was making that sound, do you not panic in the moment? And you're not like, what the fuck do I do?
Yeah, no. The thing is, it's all like experience, isn't it? Like I've had a lot of experience now. I've been around a lot of people, and it's just about you got to take control of the situation. That's what it's about. You got to take control of the situation. And that's what it was. It was just like reassurance, nearly done. I always say to patients, right, count down from 10 and I'll be done, to distract the mind. And then if I'm doing like a blood test, I'm coming out, I'll say, right, 3, 2, 1, all done. I'm done. So
Is
just
it?
little prompts. Yeah, just little things to distract them. Yeah. So yeah, that was the thing, man. I just never heard that noise before. I was like, wow.
I wonder if it actually sounded like that. That was a very good representation you just gave.
It's a bit like the Revenant when DiCaprio gets mauled by that bear and he makes that noise. Those noise.
It's a pretty fucked up comparison to make, but yeah, sure, why not? We'll go with that.
Yeah, watch that clip, man. That clip, like he does make this noise in it, and then he's like, he thinks the bear's dead, and then the bear gets up again and he shoots him, and then the bear still doesn't die.
That film's mash up, man. Honestly.
He sleeps inside the. Does he sleep inside the bear? Or he sleeps inside a horse or something? He does something.
He does some wild shit.
He did it all, man. He did it all. He deserves the Oscar.
Should have got over the Wolf of Wall Street, but that's my opinion. Or Shutter Island.
Or Shutter Island, yeah. I think they Shutter Island.
Or even Blood Diamond.
Yeah, he's a great actor, man. He's a great actor. That's down.
Should we call it there?
Yeah.
Let's leave it there. Right. If you made it this far, many thanks. Much love to all you guys. Hit that button on Spotify and press share and send it to a couple of people, please. Because, we're trying to get numbers up and we need all your help, please. And if you've got any feedback for us, shout us, drop us a message on Indian Doctor, Instagram, etc. Follow us, like, comment, share, subscribe. And we will chat to you guys very, very soon. Next week we've got a guest on, so that would be cool.
Boom!
So look forward to that, guys. Right,
wait, are we the guests or are they the guests next week?
They're the guests on our podcast.
Okay, cool. Because they have podcasts as well.
Yeah, I know they do, but
yeah.
what are you doing?
I wasn't sure.
I've just finished the outro. I've got to fucking do it again. No, I'm kidding. I'm not going to do it again.
You're not going to do it again. It's real talk, man. Real talk.
No.
Also, what episode is this today?
Fucking hell, Karen, man.
What? No, just quickly. What episode is this today?
27.
Are we exactly halfway through the year?
We're more than halfway through the year.
27, 52 divided by 2 is?
It's not.
It's not 27, is it? It's 26.
It's not the same because we started the podcast in the middle of December. Then we had a break. Then we started it properly. January.
Okay.
January. I think it was the second week of January or first week of January.
So we done more than half then.
So it's a little bit off. So we're like over half. Come December, the last week of December, we will accurately know. Basically,
we done good.
We done very good. Still consistent. Cool. Forever. Still gonna happen.
Forever, yeah.
Forever, man. Even if you have kids, I have kids, man. I can spare an hour a week.
Okay.
And then we can talk about how dumb our kids are. It's great.
What?
Talk about how dumb our kids are. It's great.
That doesn't mean it. Come on, the podcast, right? The podcast is now replaced by us ranting about being dads.
About children. Yeah, man.
Oh shit, that's the podcast because it's gonna be the dad show, the Indian Doctor Dad Show.
Sounds horrible, doesn't it? Sounds horrible. It doesn't hit the same.
Yeah.
Right, chat to you next week. Later, guys.